Hello, everybody. Fast Coasters here, and today we are going to be going over my top 25 roller coasters that I've ever been on as of 2025. So I've been on a lot more coasters than I have on the last list. The last list was 2023, I believe, and I've been on multiple trips since then. I've been back to Florida. I've gone to Cedar Point again for their new coasters. I went to the New England region, so I also went to Virginia. So there's a lot more. It's a better selection of coasters in this list. I am going to make one every year because I am going to be doing more trips every year. So let's get straight into it. So first, I'm going to give you not going to explain, just five honorable mentions: Boulder Dash, Manta, Alpengeist, Jersey Devil, and Nitro did not make the cut for this list. So if you don't see them, they didn't make the cut. The only new one out of those is Boulder Dash. Love that ride. It's just a little rough. So let's get into the list. Number 25 is King Ka, which used to operate at Six Flags Great Adventure. It was the tallest and fastest. It was the tallest coaster in the world and the fastest launch in America. Unfortunately, as you all know, it's no longer with us, but we've heard enough about that. But King Ka, the launch was easily my favorite part of the ride. Going up that top hat was just surreal, especially if it's at night. Just a surreal experience, start to finish. Number 24 is Orion at Kings Island. This is a new addition to the list. It is a B&M Giga Coaster at Kings Island, and it was really good. I really like the speed of the ride. I did not do it in the front. I did it in the back, but from what my friend said, the back, most of my friend group liked the back better than the front on Orion, which is pretty interesting for a Giga Coaster. But yeah, this is a really fun ride. I'm sure if I do Leviathan or Fury in the future, I'm sure they're going to beat Orion, but Orion was just a really fun ride. Number 23 is Montu at Busch Gardens, Tampa. And this is my favorite B&M inverted roller coaster. Extremely forceful, really good length to it, really good size to it. And just one of those old school B&Ms that I definitely recommend you experience. It opened in 1996, so it's got that old B&M intensity and that B&M roar. So yeah, really good ride, Montu. Number 22 is Diamondback at Kings Island. This is another new addition. It is the B&M Hypercoaster, the park. And I really like this ride, gave really good airtime. The only critique I have is that the trims hit a little bit hard on some of the hills. But other than that, Diamondback was really fun. And obviously that splashdown at the end is a really iconic moment. Number 21 is Storm Runner at Hershey Park. This is one of my personal favorite launch coasters. I put it over King Ka. While King Ka has the better launch, no doubt. Storm Runner has the better layout, in my opinion. That flying snake dive is awesome. It's really intense, and it's short, but it's a really good ride. Number 20 is another new addition, Siren's Curse at Cedar Point. Siren's Curse is a tilt coaster. It is the first one I've been on. Didn't think I'd ever get on a tilt coaster, but here we are. Siren's Curse was a really good ride. Even after the tilt element, the layout was really strong. A lot of good airtime moments, really good inversions with the 0G rolls. Yeah, Siren's Curse was definitely one of my favorite new coasters that I experienced in 2025. Number 19 is Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure at Universal's Islands of Adventure. This is a custom intimate motorbike coaster, and it's really good for the story, the theming. It's not the most intense ride, and it's very stop-start, but I definitely enjoyed the ride for what it was. Definitely just more of an experience coaster, other than a thrill coaster. Yeah, just the interactions with the other trains, definitely a really fun ride. Number 18, another new addition to the list, is Superman the Ride at Six Flags New England. I know people complain about the restraints, and yeah, the restraints weren't the most comfortable, but I still really enjoyed this ride. The layout is incredible, one of the best layouts. The airtime run coming back from, so Superman, you go out and then you come back and then you do the twister section. Once you come back, those airtime hills are awesome. The twister section is pretty fun as well. I always like twister sections on coasters. So yeah, Superman the Ride, one of the best hyper coasters. Number 17 is another new one, Mystic Timbers. This is my favorite GCI wood coaster. I've been wanting to get on more GCIs, but yeah, Mystic Timbers at Kings Island. This is the last Kings Island coaster. This is my favorite coaster at Kings Island. Love the airtime, the run going out into the woods. Just the airtime is just relentless. I wish the return one was a little bit stronger, but it's still a really good ride and one of the best wood coasters I've been on. Number 16 is Millennium Forest at Cedar Point. This is an Intamin Giga coaster. And yeah, it's gone from overrated to underrated. But in my opinion, Millennium Force is an awesome ride. It's just pure speed, start to finish. I wouldn't say it has any ejector airtime. It's got some floater pops, but it's nothing special. But for this ride, you definitely want to ride it for the speed because it's just an awesome ride. I think it's forceful. A lot of people don't think it's forceful, but I believe it's forceful. Yeah, Millennium Force, definitely one of my must-do coasters at Cedar Point. Number 15 is Mako at SeaWorld Orlando. This is the B&M Hypercoaster, the park, and I've been able to get multiple rides on it since my last list. But yeah, Mako is an awesome hypercoaster. It's basically Candemonium, but I think it's a little bit better. Candemonium doesn't have the mid course, and yeah, everything after the mid course is pretty weak on Mako. But that first half of the ride with that 5 second airtime hill and then more airtime hills. It's just a really fun ride, and you feel so free in those clamshell restraints. So yeah, definitely one of my favorite rides in Orlando. Number 14, and I went back and forth on this placement, but number 14, another new coaster for this year. It is Top Thrill 2 at Cedar Point. This is, I guess, an Intamin Zamperla Strata coaster. Both of them had a hand in this, but yeah, Top Thrill 2 is absolutely incredible. I have never been on a coaster like this with the launches, just the speed just increasing the entire ride. Uh, Pretty intense, obviously, with the speed that you're going at. You're holding the 120 for a lot longer than the other one. We'll get to the other one. But yeah, Top Thrill 2 definitely whips you a lot more. Um, I didn't get any airtime over the top hat because unfortunately I didn't do it in the 2024 season when it was going a little bit faster over the top hat. But yeah, Top Thrill 2, I would definitely recommend this ride. This is one of my favorite coasters. Number 13. Now this is pretty flippable with the number 14. I go back and forth. They're like a hair against each other. But number 13 is Top Thrill Dragster. Now this used to operate at Cedar Point. This was when Top Thrill 2 was fully Intamin and it only had the one launch. It was the world's first strata coaster. But that one launch was easily the best launch I've ever been on. It was basically King to Kaz launch, but a lot smoother and with a lap bar. So yeah, Top Thrill Dragster did it in the front row. Definitely my favorite launch of all time. And I go back and forth whether I like that or Top Thrill 2 better. I'm sure it'll change next year. But as of right now, I do prefer the original Dragster a teeny bit more than Top Thrill 2. Number 12 is Phoenix at Knoebels. Now, I know a lot of people say, oh, it's overrated. And I think the problem is the Golden Ticket Awards. Just, it should not be that high, right? But Phoenix is still an incredible ride. It is my favorite coaster at Knoebels. Yes, I still like Twister, but Phoenix with the airtime and with those buzz bars, you get completely thrown out of your seat, especially in the back row. I think I marathon this about 10 times one night this season. Yeah, it's just a really good ride, and you don't usually have to wait long for it either because the operations at Knoebels are stellar. But yeah, Phoenix is one of my favorite wood coasters, and yeah, I know some people overrate it, but I still love it. Number 11 is Sky Rush at Hershey Park. This is an Intamin wing coaster. It's a hyper coaster, and yeah, it's probably one of, if it's not the most intense coaster I've been on, we'll get to that, but it is definitely one of the most intense coasters I have ever been on. Just pure, just intensity, start to finish. Really good airtime moments and really good speed and some force. It can be a little bit rattly sometimes, but I think it's still fun. The restraints definitely a lot more comfortable. You don't get as much laterals, but that's not really a big factor for me on Skyrush. But yeah, Skyrush definitely one of the best coasters in Pennsylvania. Number 10, another new addition. Now we're in the top 10, so we're gonna get to my absolute top favorite coasters. So number 10, another new addition to the list is Wicked Cyclone at Six Flags New England. Wicked Cyclone is an RMC conversion of the New England Cyclone that used to operate at Six Flags New England. And Wicked Cyclone was easily my favorite coaster of the New England trip. Really, really good airtime moments, just a very dynamic layout. It has some good length to it, so if it's worth the wait. I didn't think the last section was too weak. It's still throwing you, still getting some good speed around. I did ride it later in the day as well, so it did warm up in that later section. But yeah, Wicked Cyclone, definitely one of my favorite RMCs. Number 9 is my favorite wood coaster, El Toro at Six Flags Great Adventure. Now, they are retracking it this season, so I'm hoping it's a little bit smoother, but even without the smoothness, El Toro is my favorite wood coaster. It is an Intamin prefab wood coaster, and you cannot beat that sequence from the drop and then the two airtime hills after that. Just some of the most extreme airtime you'll ever experience, along with the Rolling Thunder Hill. El Toro is definitely one of the best coasters for airtime. And while it has gotten a little bit rougher, you sit in seat 17, it's perfectly smooth. It's definitely bearable. So yeah, El Toro, my favorite coaster, Six Flags Great Adventure. Number 8 is Twisted Timbers at King's Dominion. It is an RMC conversion of the Hurler that used to operate at King's Dominion. And Twisted Timbers, it is definitely one of the most relentless roller coasters I have ever been on. If you do it too many times in a row, it starts to hurt your thighs because it's throwing you around that much. But yeah, Twisted Timbers, just pure fun. Love the barrel roll down drop. Love those 3 airtime hills in a row. And definitely one of my favorite moments is when it goes underneath the structure and it does an outer bank and comes back in quick. Definitely one of my favorite coasters, especially with the RMCs. You have to do it. Number 7 is Wildcats Revenge at Hershey Park. I did go on Wildcats Revenge when it opened on its opening day. And I believe in the 2023 list, it was at number 3. So yeah, it has gone down a few spots, but that's just because I've done so many coasters since then. But yeah, Wildcats Revenge, it's my favorite coaster at Hershey Park. As of now, it's my favorite coaster in Pennsylvania. One of my just top coasters. It means a lot to me because I followed the construction and I did it on the preview day, did it on the opening day. But yeah, Wildcats Revenge is an awesome ride. The only element that underwhelmed me is the underflip, but still, it's a really good element. Just airtime moments are spectacular. Really good inversions on the ride that just completely just whip you. The ending is very aggressive, and yeah, the drop is still fun when you're in the back. So, and it's also got one of the best pre-lift sections that I've experienced on a coaster. So yeah, Wildcats Revenge, best coaster at Hershey Park. Number 6 is the most intense roller coaster I've ever experienced, and it is Pantherian at King's Dominion. Now, unfortunately, I did go to King's Dominion in 2024, and sadly, I did not get to experience Pantherian. As you all know, it did not open until, I believe, August. So, yeah, I only have the one ride I got in 2021 to go off of when it was still I-305. But I still remember that experience, and it easily was the most intense roller coaster I've ever been on. Nearly blacked out. My vision was going out on that turn, and then it came back once we went up into the hill. Yeah, I don't recall any extreme airtime moments. It's mostly just speed and intensity, which I love on coasters. So yeah, I can't wait to get back on Pantherian at some point. Hopefully, I do get back on it. But yeah, as of now, I just have the one ride, but that one ride was incredible. Number 5 is Maverick at Cedar Point. And this is an Intamin Blitz coaster, and it is small but mighty, as you all know. I just put out a review of Maverick. Definitely give that a watch. It is one of my favorite coasters. It's my number 2 coaster at Cedar Point. You all know what the number 1 coaster is at Cedar Point. But Maverick is definitely, it provides so many different moments in one ride. You got the intensity of the drop, and then the bank curves. You got the airtime of that big airtime hill. And then you got the inversions with the horseshoe rolls. You got that second launch, which is awesome, just 70 miles per hour, just blasting through the dark, especially at night. And then you got that speed moment over the water. You got the Stengel dive. You got the airtime hills. It's just an awesome ride, and definitely one of the must-do coasters in America. Number 4 is the well, actually, it's not the last new addition for the list, but it is the last new coaster that I got in 2025. So number 4 is Stardust Racers at Epic Universe in Orlando. Stardust Racers is definitely one of the best. It is absolutely the best dueling coaster in the world. There's no doubt about it. Definitely reminded me of Steel Vengeance with some of the airtime moments I was getting. And I rode it once in the daytime on the green side in the front, and then the second time on the yellow side in the back at night. So I got 2 different experiences, and it was an awesome ride. The dueling element, especially with the celestial spin, there's nothing like it in the world. And it's definitely my favorite ride at Epic Universe, including dark rides. It's an awesome roller coaster, and definitely the best dueling coaster in the country, in the world. I don't think anything's going to beat it for a bit. Number 3 is Velocicoaster at Islands of Adventure. Going over to its sister park, Velocicoaster, I still do prefer that to Stardust Racers. I only did get one ride on it this year, but it was a really good ride. So, my visit in 2024, I did Velocicoaster. I wasn't impressed with the first half, I'll admit. Did not do anything for me until we hit that second launch. This year, I liked the first half a lot more, was getting a lot better forces, was getting more airtime on that first half. And then that second half, obviously, that launched very similar to Maverick, over the top hat, great stall. You got that kind of like bowl almost with the helix and then the outer bank element, and then of course the Mosasaurus roll, one of the best moments on any coaster. Just unreal. You feel like you're gonna get flung into the water. So yeah, Velocicoaster at number 3. Number 2 is Iron Gwazi at Busch Gardens Tampa. Much similar to Pantherian, I only have one ride on this, unfortunately, but it was a lot sooner. It was in 2024. I got my one and only ride on Iron Gwazi. It was a morning ride in the back, and and as you can see by how high it is on this list with the one ride, the morning ride was incredible. I was really wanted to do it at night, but I had to get all the credits, and you know how Busch Gardens Tampa operations are, sadly. So Iron Gwazi, yeah, my favorite element on this ride. I don't think I have a particular favorite element on this ride. The drop was incredible. That outer bank turn really gets things going. The death roll obviously just completely whips you. I wish I had another opportunity to do the ride because I feel like I didn't get the full power of the death roll. But yeah, the outer bank over the station is also a great moment. Just blasting through the airtime hills to the end. Yeah, just it's not long, but it packs a lot of incredible elements from start to finish. Number 1, you probably all saw it coming if you saw my review. It is Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point. This is an RMC hybrid coaster, much like Iron Gwazi. Iron Gwazi redid Gwazi. Steel Vengeance redid Mean Streak. Steel Vengeance is easily my favorite roller coaster in the world. Incredible layout, very long, great elements, pure airtime from start to finish. Even the inversions are really good. Even though this is an airtime coaster, they make sure to put in some really good inversions. Mid course doesn't trim that hard. Again, second half is more like Wicked Cyclone, where it's just throwing you around in the structure, which is awesome. And the biggest thing this ride has going for it is its length. It is a very long ride, which with the type of ride it is and the layout, it's definitely the best coaster in the world. I don't know if anything is going to beat it for me. I haven't seen any coaster yet that I think could beat it for me. Maybe Falcon's Flight, but I'm not getting on that for a very long time. So yeah, Steel Vengeance, my favorite coaster. And yeah, that's the top 25. So thank you guys for watching. I can't wait for the 2026 one. I'm going to get on a lot more coasters. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And I'm going to continue with the Cedar Point review series. So the next one I think is going to be Top Thrill 2. Yeah, so I'm going to continue with the Cedar Point review series. More Planet Coaster coming up. And then once we hit the summer, we'll have some vlogs. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Bye, guys.